budget. General Odierno, is it your assessment that Afghan national security forces are on pace to self-sufficiently defend Afghan sovereignty and defeat insurgents by the end of 2014? And also, I'd like for you to respond, General, to the February 1st quote of Secretary Panetta when he said that hopefully we could reach a point in the latter part of 2013 that we could make the same kind of transition we made in Iraq from a combat role to a train and assist role. What is your interpretation of Secretary Panetta's remarks?
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. First, I think that we've seen continued increase in capabilities of the Afghan security force. I was there just before, I got back day before Christmas from there. I'm encouraged by the progress that's been made by the Afghan security forces. I think as you see us move forward, we are putting them more and more in front. I think we'll continue to do that. As we learned in Iraq, it's important to do this slowly, do it right, but ensure that they are ready to take over so there's no backward movement. I think we're on the right track. In terms of Secretary Panetta's comments, I would say all along our strategy is to turn over responsibility to the Afghan security forces. And I think that as we continue to make progress, General Allen and others on the ground will make the decision exactly when this happens. But I think we all agree with Secretary Panetta that over time we're going to turn responsibility over to Afghan security forces. We will move back from combat operations, allow them to take the lead. And we will do that when the time is right. The end of 2013 might be the time we do that. But that will be a continual assessment that goes on. We've had open conversations with Secretary Panetta on this subject. I know that's his judgment as well. And I think he was stating what his estimate would be right now, and we'll continue to assess that as we move forward.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, the fiscal year 2011 defense authorization required the Department of Defense to provide Congress with a full analysis of alternatives for the ground combat vehicle. We still have not received that analysis of the alternatives. And when will we get it?
Well, we're pardon me. We're working through the dictates of the congressional mandate, but also what would be our normal procurement. And part of that, as you just noted, is an analysis of alternatives and also an analysis of non-developmental platforms as well. Our current plan, I think, calls for 2014 on the next step for that. So hopefully at the end of this year, we'll have some input for you and get back to you. I don't recall the legislation itself had a specific deadline.
But I would tell you we're aggressively going after this. It's not only developmental, but we do want to look at non-developmental items in this, and that is clearly part of the process that we will go through. And once we meet milestone A, as part of that will be non-developmental potential capabilities that we could accept at that time. That's part of this open competition that we want to continue to have as we develop these systems and programs.
Thank you. And General, how much is the ground combat vehicle going to cost, and at what unit production cost would the GCV become prohibitively expensive?
Well, I'll have to get back to the prohibitive part. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to wait until they give us what we think the capabilities of the vehicle will be before we understand those costs. But I can give you more of a ballpark, and I can get back with you on that, sir.
All right. Thank you, and I'll yield back. Thank you both for your service to the country.
Thank